Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of King's Corner. I'm your host, Latif Muhammad. So, I am coming to you this evening from the great state of Florida, and what makes it great is the people that live in this state. That was so corny, but it's true. We come in different shapes, sizes, colors, and all together, we are um, we make the state, right? But this evening, I want to come to you on a kind of on a serious note. Um, as you all may know, there's going to be a changing of the guard soon, and so there are people that are going to be in place that can ultimately change or alter your life regarding different laws, different policies, and how you do business, right? And so, you want to stay abreast and to any of that that may affect your life. There's inflation, there's lack of jobs, there's injustice. All of these things play a part in how this great country is run to a certain degree. And so if there are certain people in place, they may not really have your best interest at heart, right? So again, you want to just be abreast as to the different laws and policies and just the statutes, even in your own city, your own town, in your own metropolis. You just want to know. Some people just don't know. So before I begin, though, I always try to begin with opening up in prayer. And I pray as a Muslim because I am a Muslim, but the prayer that I say is not strictly for the Muslims. Anybody can partake in the prayer. However, if you don't want to participate, you can definitely put me on mute, and then I'll be back on in a few minutes. Attention prayer. Surely I turn myself upright to thee, who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Thou art my Lord, and I am thine servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So please grant protection against my faults, for none grants protection against my faults but thee. And guide me to the best of morals, for none guides to the best of morals but thee. And turn away from me the evil and indecent morals, for none can turn away from me the evil and indecent morals but thee. And guide me to the best of morals. For only God can guide me to the best of morals but thee. And turn away from me the evil and indecent morals, for none can turn away from me the evil and indecent morals. And O Allah, bless Muhammad, and bless the true followers of Muhammad as thou did bless Abraham and the true followers of Abraham. For surely thou praised and magnified. And O Allah, make Muhammad successful as thou did make Abraham and the true followers of Abraham successful. For surely thou praised and magnified in our midst. I mean, thank you for being a part of this, what we call the opening prayer. So I'm gonna jump right into it. Again, like I said at the top, there's going to be a changing of the guard really, really soon, and there are going to be people in place to implement certain laws and certain regulations and stipulations that may affect your life. As you know, inflation is not the way it was several years ago. As you know, things are happening to people that should not be happening, and some of the reasons are because they don't know the law. That's really the big deal. If you know your laws, if you know your statutes and things like that, most of us would be in better shape. However, there's so many laws that are out there that one can't know and remember all of the laws, right? And they, if you're arrested or if you do certain things that you didn't know, they just be like, you're ignorant to it because you didn't know. There's so many, and then there's statutes, and then there's clauses, and there's so much. So today's episode is entitled Empowering Communities with My Service, which is Legal Shield. It's your first in entrepreneurship. So everybody wants to be empowered, especially really with the law. You want to know the law. And what better way to be empowered than having a law firm at the tip of your fingers that you can hit a button and you can call your lawyer at any point in time. And not only that, you're empowering your communities, because now once you have this particular service, you are able to talk to whomever about the service and they can have access to them. And it's not just for the big things like, embezzlement or white collar crimes, you know, little things, that you may not be aware of. Like you can go to the store and, there can be some injustice there, because I know back where I'm from, people used to follow people like me in the store. And I felt like, you know, hey, why are you following me? I'm coming to purchase an item, but you want to follow me throughout the store. And every 5 seconds you're saying, can I help you? No, I'm good. I'm good. Or, back in the day, again, I'm walking into the elevator and, people are clutching their purses. I've never been to jail, but you clutching your purse because we're in the same elevator, right? So we have, and it's worse things that happen than that. But, what better way to have somebody say, well, these are your rights and this is what you can do, because again, we don't know. So again, we're going to empower not just yourself, we're going to empower your communities, and then we're going to show you about what real justice can be through our law firm, right? And then lastly, entrepreneurship. This particular service that I'm going to talk to you about today, it allows you to start your own business, right? So, we are just going to just dive into it and see where you may fit in or may not fit in, right? So I'll begin by saying, welcome to King's Corner, where we empower, we uplift, and we educate our community about the tools we need to succeed in life and business. I'm your host, Latif Muhammad, and I'm a proud Legal Shield associate, entrepreneur, and an advocate for justice and financial independence. So this is not the first episode of King's Corner, as you may or may not know, but if you're tuning in for the first time, thank you. But today, we're going to be diving into how Legal Shield can be your gateway to affordable legal protection and entrepreneurship. Along the way, I'll be sharing the real stories from people who've used Legal Shield to transform their lives. So whether you're here to learn how to protect your rights, or you're here to explore a business opportunity, you're in the right place. All right, so we're going to get started. So the first question I'll ask you may or may not know, but what is Legal Shield? So Legal Shield gives you access to experienced attorneys for a low monthly fee, right? These attorneys can help with anything, just about reviewing contracts, fighting unfair tickets, handling landlord disputes, and so much more. So I'll give you some examples, right? When you talk about an unfair ticket, depending on where you are in the country, you can, a $25 ticket, by the time the police officer finishes writing the ticket, it can be a $50 to $75 ticket. And let's say you are in a place where you're not going to come back there anymore, right? Your law firm will sometimes represent you in that state, even though you don't live in that state. And what are they going to do? They're going to go to court for you and ensure that you don't have to pay that ticket. You might just come out just having to pay the court costs, right? So as a result, you don't get any points on your license, and you pay a little fine for the court, and that's it, right? Especially if it was an unjust ticket, right? And they also handle, landlord disputes. And like I said, it's so much more that they handle, but, think about it. How much would you have to pay a lawyer to actually pay your ticket, on top of not pay your ticket, but pay the fee or the retainer or the hourly rate for the lawyer to take care of that ticket for you, right? Just think about it. Don't give me an answer. Don't give me a number. Just think about it. And also think about this. Think about how many times you have needed legal service but didn't seek the help because it seems so expensive. That's the gap that Legal Shield fills, right? And so, there's a story, that a member had, and it said, well, she said rather, she signed up for Legal Shield because she needed help with a landlord dispute, and the landlord was giving her the runaround. And when she signed up, she told the lawyer her story, and the lawyer pretty much stepped in, reviewed her lease, and sent the letter on her behalf. Within days, the landlord backed off, and it saved her a lot of stress, right? All because she signed up for Legal Shield, right? So this is the power of having an attorney in your corner without worrying about the cost. It's not just for big issues either. It's for everyday situations, the kind we all face, right? Now, why does Legal Shield matter in our community? As you can see, I'm an African American male, Black man living here in this country. So, and that's what, why is this especially important in our community? As African Americans, as Black men, as Black women, we are often felt unprotected when it comes to legal and financial matters. From workplace discrimination to not having proper legal documents like a living will, these are challenges that we face every day, right? And so here's another powerful story, right? This person didn't think they could afford a will because it was too expensive. But with the Legal Shield membership, it made it real simple. Her attorney helped her create a living will and a health care directive, all included in her membership. Now, she feels confident that her and her family are protected if anything were to happen. So let this sink in, right? Over 60% of people don't have a will. And in our community, the number is even greater. But Legal Shield is changing that scope by making these services affordable and attainable. Now, when you're legally and financially protected, you're not just protecting yourself, you're building a foundation for your family and your community. So, there's a lot of value in that. And you have to think about it. For those of you who have children or you have, loved ones, what if they get in trouble, right? And they need some kind of financial help getting out, or they need a lawyer, right? You don't have the financial means to help them out. This service is a wonderful tool to help out, right? To go to court for you, to bat for you, especially when you can't afford it, right? Now, here is the ultimate. Those of us, now the holidays are coming up, some of us are looking for extra money, and we're like, I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. Been there, right? This light bill is terrible. It's so high. My car note is high, right? My rent or my house note is extremely high. Maybe there's an accident, like maybe, you got to take your children to the hospital and you need that copay. You didn't meet your deductible, right? These are real issues. There's so much more, right? How are we going to take care of that, right? Some of us, they go out and get a second job, a seasonal position, which is perfectly fine. That's what you need to do. But is that enough? For those of you who are seeking financial security, is that enough? People work 2-3 jobs. They got families. People are tired. People are stressed. There's so much mental illness going on because one of the issues are a lack of money. Here's something that you can do to kind of like offset that, right? It doesn't interfere with your time at all. Call a few people, talk to a few people, and tell them about the service. Tell them that it's a wonderful service. Why? Because you used it for whatever reason. And then you get paid a residual. Sometimes you get paid the same day. right? So Legal Shield as a business is wonderful. Let's flip the script about the business side of Legal Shield. So not only does Legal Shield provide peace of mind, it's also an amazing opportunity to start your own business. And here's one other testimony about a person who started their own business. And they said Legal Shield is initially as a side hustle, but it came so much more. They've helped friends and family get legal protection, and in the process, they've built a steady stream of income. They love knowing that it's not just about earning money, it's about empowering their community. Isn't that one? Man, that's what's up. Just to be totally transparent with you. And that's exactly what this is about. You're not just selling a service, you're offering people a lifeline. Imagine earning extra income while making a real impact in people's lives. Man, the best part, starting a Legal Shield business doesn't require a huge amount of money or years of experience. It just takes passion and a willingness to learn. So if you ever wanted to start a side hustle, as they say, or even a full-time business, this can be it. This is an opportunity that you should consider. Now, what do you think the next steps are? So, one of the things that you can do if you see this podcast, you can definitely reach out to me and send me a little inbox or whatever, say, hey, listen, I want to know more about about Legal Shield. I don't want to sign up yet, but I just want to know a little bit more about it. Cool, I got your back. Say whatever it is you want to know, right? It's helped me. I've been involved in Legal Shield since 2016. It's now 2024. I don't plan on getting rid of it, but also use it as a business, right? It helps me, it helps my family. So think about it. Think about what your goals are going to be for the rest of this year, which is about to close out, and then in 2025. Let me know. Maybe I can help you out. But if you don't, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be putting together a will workshop where we're going to be talking about the benefits of having a will and power of attorney. I want you to stay tuned for that because that's coming up really soon, right? And then I'll share some more information about how to get started with the will and the benefits of having it, like I said, and being a part of Legal Shield. So I want to thank you right now. And please, thank you for spending time with me today on King's Corner. I hope this episode has shown you the power of Legal Shield and to protect your rights, your finances, and even help you start a business. Until next time, stay empowered, stay informed. Let's build brighter and be good to each other. Take care.